So you love Japan, and you went to Tokyo in 2012 to look at the cherry blossoms. So what did you take from that experience?
Ooh, gosh, that was the second time I had been to Japan. First time was about a year and a half before then, and that was in the summer. And Japan is a lovely place. They have this amazing cultural dedication to craftsmanship. And, whether you see it in their kimonos or their paper or like the wood carvings and everything in the temples, it's just so amazing as an artist to go and see that perseverance of the craft there. Um, I wouldn't recommend going in the summer though, because it can get really hot and humid. But the spring, when the cherry blossoms are blooming, is just wonderful.
Mm.
One thing I don't think, when I was a kid, I was always into like anime and video games because that's the kind of nerd that I am. But as I've gotten older, I've really appreciated the Japanese approach to how would I put it? It's called wabisabi, and it's like this appreciation of things that are transient and imperfect. Like if you look at the kintsugi, like the pottery that's broken and they put it back together with gold, with cherry blossoms, for example, like they bloom, I want to say like 2 or 3 weeks out of the year. In any given city, they'll start blooming earlier in the south and then later in the north. So if you want to experience them for 6 weeks, you probably could if you could travel. But pretty much anywhere where you'd live in Japan, you got 2 weeks out of the year to experience these beautiful cherry blossoms. And they go all out. Like you'll go to the parks and they'll have these hanami parties. Like everyone gets together with their friends and they have these picnics underneath the cherry trees. In the parks, they'll do this thing where, like, at nighttime, they'll light up the trees. So you'll see them. I mean, they look like they're glowing with the light, coming off of these beautiful pink trees. And again, it's only for a short time of the year, but they just get everything they can out of that beauty. And again, I think it comes partially from that wabi-sabi approach of just, treasuring the things that are imperfect and transient. I'm no expert on Japanese culture, but that's at least what I take away from those kinds of experiences.
They're savoring the moment, appreciating the moment with each other.
Right.
It's pretty
Yeah.
nice. Now, would you say that we're looking at your Sakura Bouquet necklace? Would you say that captures the sense or the feeling of wabi sabi, being a kind of asymmetrical, kind of imperfect, but beautiful by the same token?
Yeah, that's a good point. It's interesting because again, with the origami structures, you talked about how you couldn't find, it looks so perfect. And I often have that perfectionism streak sometimes, and it'll come out in my work in that way. But like again, with the floral work and with especially with the cherry blossom work, that's an area where I've always found it easier to have more of that approach of just letting it be what it is, even though it's not like perfectly uniform. Um,
And
yeah.
trusting that it will manifest the way it's supposed to manifest. Like this is an incredible necklace, you know. Every time I look at it, I love it. I absolutely love it. We'll see it again later. We'll tell you in a different context.